Hello everyone, it's your boy, Devil McBain again. I'm in a strange mood right now that I can't explain, so this video might be a little off. I feel off, and I don't handle fee-fees very well, so try not to judge your boy too much. I'm just trying to be a good man. First, the Ukrainian girl, Aryna, getting senselessly slaughtered just because she sat in the black section of the train without knowing. And now Charlie Kirk. There have been so many more instances, but right now the freshest one through. Aryna was working as a server at Zapati's Pizzeria. And when she entered the train at 10 p.m., she was reading her phone. And she sat in the train car to get home. You see, Aryna loved America. She saw in my country what these disgusting mutants, these murdering filth, take for granted and spit in your ancestors' face when you try to protect it. Aryna, Miss Sarutska, on August 22nd, 10 p.m. was then repeatedly stabbed in the neck by a freakish, insane homunculi. Just 6 months after her father sent her and her mother and sister and brother to us for safekeeping here in the States so they could escape the Russian invasion into Ukraine. And we fucked up. 14 times, this mutate, violent animal was arrested. He beat his own sister. Because they couldn't find him, they couldn't do nothing with him. No money. That and the land whale hippopotamus that let him free got her fucking magistrate's license in a fucking Cracker Jack box and didn't even have experience as a lawyer. But he was black, and she was black. And that's all these people give a single fuck about in their tribalistic, hate-stunted minds. Buckle up, kids. You see, this monster saw this poor, beautiful girl in the prime of her whole life ahead of her and became instantly murderous out of jealousy and rage that she was a vision of elegance even in her work clothes. And she had big things in her future, and this invertebrate decided to cut her down like she was just some fucking sheep in a slaughter line. You see, they want this. These Democrats need people dying all the time around them to keep a steady flow of replacement organs and blood and limbs and anything to sell and replace with their own failing drug-riddled ones. So the death must go on as they relabel catatonic people as donors and prematurely pull the plug to capture these assets to then sell to their gross, disgusting friends. We should be checking every single left-wing Democrat's DNA for this, mind you, because that is what most of the trafficking of humanity is about. Seeing that poor girl looking up at this fucking freakish, soulless monkey looming over her in his hoodie to try to soak up her fear. That look of why? As he then looms off satisfied that he's caused enough pain and suffering. The poor young woman just sits there, unaided by anyone else around her. Nobody even saying a thing because, again, they were all black. They couldn't give half a damn what some pretty white woman is up to, live or die. That's what happened. Let's not pretend it was any fucking thing else. That fat, frog-eyed heifer to Aryna's right was probably tickled to see her crying. Says a rat bit, old skinny ass ho, old white ho, skinny white. Fuck you. That's what this is. Anyone with even a tenth of a heart would have rushed to that girl and tried to stop the bleeding, and even just to hold her in her moments of fear and confusion. Maybe compress her neck and buy some fucking time out of sheer compassion, but no. She was surrounded by those filthy ghetto mutants. Mask off, ladies and gents. This image of her looking up. Why in her eyes will forever haunt me. You just want to rush forth to do anything, but no. They always wait for when men like us are far too far away to help. And when they are done and alone, and they come from behind, and then they get numbers and with the knife, and then the victim is distracted. Am I fucking through with this happy horseshit or what? Ladies and fucking gentlemen, these people are no longer viable. Get them out of my society. She did nothing. Nothing. And was butchered. And left alone to cry into her hands and bleed to death by these useless fucking animals. Through the entirety of ghetto culture, you signaled the end of your subculture at this moment. Dancing on this poor innocent girl's grave and acting like you herself stabbed her and the white people's soul all at once. You are filth. They make memes for the senseless murder and send them out and laugh and talk shit on TikTok. They are a bunch of foul, repugnant, subhuman mutates, every single last one of you. And the only reason they did this is because they know we thought it was a tragedy and they wanted to be seen the moment it happened, showing their gaping baboon asses to white people as if they achieved a big snark victory. They want us dead. It is us or them, plain and simple. You keep your shit together around any ghetto punks and you never let them get you into a corner. Do not give them even a slight notion of weakness or they will slaughter you just to cope with being stupid, ignorant subhumans. Period. I saw her get killed and I bit my tongue because I was just shocked. I knew all I had was rage to give in response. So I shut up. You don't have nothing nice to say, you don't say shit. But that picture of her looking up really, really changed how my heart works on a fundamental level now. And that is not good. And I am not the only one who feels this inside. Then when Charlie Kirk got assassinated by a twink trout-shouldered beta who had everything going for him, but then decided to shack up into the indoctrination system with a transmutant girlfriend that could have easily been the same weak beta scum that tried to off Trump. It just seems so mean, so foul, right in front of his kids and family. Mr. Kirk was a man of peace, a man who gave the floor to allow people to say what they would. I watched a few of his videos. I wasn't really a follower, but this man was sharp, respectful, smart. His heart was genuine. And he really loved people he shouldn't have, in my opinion. He let these animals get too close, and he knew this, but that didn't make it any better. And was brave enough to do it anyway. And that's not lost on me. That man stood tall, He had a measured, almost medicated response born of tolerance and patience that you fucking mutants do not deserve. But he believed in you. That some of you would see your path astray. He would try to bring them to faith. You would pray, he would save, and now he walks with God Almighty. The streets lined with gold. I will say this. I was a borderline agnostic Christian man. And seeing all these fucking spineless, fucking cowardly subhuman filth do the same shit that did with Aryna, dancing and writhing their fat, tattooed up, quivering, big moon-faced head bobbing up and down as they tried to imitate how a human dances in celebration of snuffing out this beautifully lived life. A man who was going places. He had options. These stupid fucking pointless wastes of space will never aspire to, because they lack a fucking soul. Seeing them dance changed something in me. Big. I feel different now. Like something that was maybe left of my heart after 9/11 broke into another splinter. A torturous, excruciating feeling of deep sorrow. Just thinking about those kids he left behind. Oh, shit. I lost my father young, too. Though not as young. I didn't have the safety net of a nation of adoring fans to help those. But my family disintegrated after my father died. But seeing him shot like that felt like losing my father all again. And a friend. Fuck, I never even met this guy. And really, I thought he was just kind of a little too kind. You know what? Fuck that. Charlie Kirk was a better man than me. Mr. Kirk made all the right choices and made all the right steps. Not like me, a violent reprobate, an ex-cop who just couldn't fucking hack it. He was smart, ambitious, and unafraid of destiny. He burned into the zeitgeist and climate of politics like a sheer, insurmountable icon of whose shine may never be equaled in the ways his was. The kid had an open smile, and he had a good heart. And he was pretty much everything I am not. And they just killed him like he was nothing over his views. His views couldn't hurt you. These people will never leave us alone, you know. The Hollow. The Mungos. They'll never let us rest. They'll never leave you alone. The freaks, you see, they thrive. They thrive when we're in pain. They love when we cannot eat. They strive to be our betters when they are nothing but misshapen, disgusting vermin. And these past week have shown me all of this and more. There's no living with these people, ladies and gentlemen. There is no reason. There's only a psychotic toddler waving a gun around, period. These people will travel hundreds and hundreds of miles to destroy your life, and often do randomly travel out just to do that. They're all the discordant homunculi. And the woke virus hollows you out mentally and then injects whatever fetid, chimp-brained, explosive diuretic slurry they can pack between your ears. It is a cult, and a terroristic one, just like Islam is. These freaks need to be destroyed, and we should have let McCarthy do his goddamn job and got out of his way, or we might not have gotten here like this. Soaked in the blood of innocence due to our constant inaction. Not that we could do much. Lovely. Auto drive decided to break. Whatever. But that is the point. It's the point to this whole thing and why they lock up heroes. To try and convince us that we are helpless when we as a people are anything but. And they're hoping we don't see this. That's what they're ultimately hoping. But we are anything but weak and helpless. We are legion. We are power. We are the sheer might of the West. If we could only just see that, if we all come together, the ground would shake under our feet and the mountains would part like seas for our righteous wrath. And that path leads straight to retribution now. And we didn't choose this. We wanted to live in peace. But the path of blood leads right back to the woke, libtarded, freakish, Marxist, socialist, blah, blah, blah. Let me have sex with the kids already, Obama, wham, it's enough. Something huge has changed not just within me, but my country. We have put our collective feet down on the necks of this serpent in our grass. And we have to stomp it to death, or it will consume us, rape our kids, and then harvest us all for organs to extend their disgusting lives beyond nature's intent. You will see these people looking at us like cattle, and killing us clearly has absolutely no impact on these absolute aberrations, these soulless, conscienceless, useless, subhuman filth. Face it and stare it upon the legions of sheer unfuckable hordes of mutant, hateful goblins. Look upon them. They're here to destroy all that is good and pure because they cannot even touch it. Because it will become filth like they are. Stop giving them chances. Stop giving them anything but the floor. We know who these people are. We know them the moment they start being a piece of shit in public. No more tolerance. Nothing. You get nothing. Nothing. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And Aryna and Charlie. There was absolutely no cause for your senseless slaughter other than sheer apathy and nihilism. And that must be answered. Deus vult.